Hi traders, and welcome to the PL Capital Forex report. Today is Sunday, September 10th. In this video, we're going to look at the US dollar index, the euro, the pound, the CAD, and the yen. So let's start. All right, looking at the 4-hour chart of the US dollar index. Going to zoom out to the daily. So in my last several videos, I've been thinking that this was all just a bunch of three-wave moves, and I was thinking that this was going to become a triangle, and they would come up to about there and give you that triangle look, and then one more down. But they broke that key level that I said would negate this, so they broke that level, and so it's not a triangle, so we can remove that. And so that what I did is I re-looked at this, and specifically this wave right here. I think I know what my mistake was. So I thought this was all just a bunch of three-wave moves here. So 1, 2, 3, and then I had this running flat drawn here, and I've always counted this just as 1, 2, 3, and then here's three waves, and here's three waves, and that's like, well, then this has to be a three-wave move, and then they'll come down. But when I look at this, it's now apparent where my mistake was. So this coming down was, oops, 1, 2. Here's a running flat for 3, 4, and 5. So that's a 5-wave move. So now I think I see what they're doing here. So they're making a big, this was all 1, 2, 3. That's an A. Here's a three-wave move for B, and then here's a 5-wave move. So all in all, you've got a 3, 3, 5, an ABC pattern. That could have been all the correction, and then they could have started to come and break that high, but all they did is give you an ABC up and then another three-wave move down. So now that is a lot simpler to see that they're doing W, X, and Y. And now this could be all the correction, and now they're going to come and take that 114 level out. I don't think that's going to be the case. I don't think the dollar's ready for that. So I think what they're going to do is give us an X wave here, and they've created this big impulse, and they keep extending it. And I don't even think that this fifth wave is in yet. So this 105.15, I think, has to get broken at least one more time. And then we'll get some type of three-wave correction. Doesn't have to be deep. It could be kind of a shallow wave, and then come up and break that high wherever they finish that fifth wave. Break that one more time. So 1, 2, 3, and that'll be the X wave. And then I think they're going to come down still, break that 99.57 level and that'll be the Z wave. And then at that point, the dollar will be in a position to start working its way up to take out that high. So I wouldn't, pretty much just like last week, it's just buying the dollar here. There's not a lot of, I think, upside. I'd just wait for this three-wave correction to come into play, because it should, it'll be at least as big as that, probably even a little bit bigger. So let that happen, and then that's a definite buy, because after this impulse, we need some type of correction for one more up, and obviously the deeper it goes, the better for you. So you got to just be patient and let that three-wave correction play out. But I just think with Wednesday coming, with the inflation number coming out, I think everything is just setting up for Wednesday, and Wednesday is going to be obviously very volatile, but I think it's also going to be a big reversal day. So I think this it'll be curious to see where this, where, not where, but when this fifth wave move up, when does it end? Does it end on like Tuesday? That's kind of like my my guess. And so that when Wednesday, when the inflation numbers come out, then you could see just some really quick, violent spikes down, in a corrective manner. And then you'll get that one more spike up, and then they'll start heading down. Now, this coming down move will probably take a month or two to play out. But, I could see this correction like happening like literally like in the first 2 hours after the inflation numbers come out, maybe just some quick spikes down, and then really spike it up, maybe even the same day, or maybe Thursday, Friday, we come back up, but then they start to sell it off, because I think there's one more wave down, take out that low, and that'll be the Z wave. So then if we look at all the currency pairs, they'll match up pretty well. So if the dollar, I think, has just a little bit more up, correction and up, then everything here should be just the opposite. And if I look at this, it to me, it looks like we've got 1, 2, and then they started in a diagonal. So 1, 2, 3, that's 1, 3 waves here for 2. Here was a leading diagonal followed by expanding flat and down. And I'm not even sure if this third wave is in yet. They might break it one more time, but either way, 3, and then, if that is the third wave, I would expect the fourth wave to come up into, probably like 1077, somewhere up in this range. That'd be 4, and then they'll come down for 5. But definitely this low is not in yet for this fifth wave. So I think this will all be just a big 1, 2, and 3. And then when they finish down in here, anywhere from after this low down to probably like 1061 or something, could be even lower, but this is where I'd start to look for a buy side. So, I even though I see more down in the euro, I wouldn't be selling here, because I just think it's limited. Maybe if you can get up into this zone, because this will be 4, and then that actually would be a nice little short-term trade. And like I said, it could be like that happens like on Wednesday, and that could happen like in a 2-hour span. You'll get this fifth and final wave down before they'll start to reverse it for one more up. Pound, so the pound, yeah, it looks even more pronounced on the pound. You got 1, 2, and then you got a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Here's 3, that's 4, and now they're in the fifth wave, but it doesn't look done yet. It almost looks like it's a diagonal. I'm not even sure if the first wave is in yet, but then you're going to get some type of 3-wave correction, and then still one more down. So I think they're in the fifth wave, but I don't think this low is in yet for the pound. And then after that, then down here would be, I think, a good look for a buy, because I still think that they'll come and break this high here on the pound just one more time before there's going to be a big fall in the pound. It's up there, come on, somewhere up there. So yeah, if you get a 3-wave move, you could sell the pound, but I wouldn't be selling down right here where it is. So yeah, a little choppy for the pound, but I think actually the safer play would be let that low break and then start to look for a buy setup. All right, CAD. So the CAD looks to me like they've completed a leading diagonal. up to there. So I think they're in a position where they finally completed it. And so I would expect, and it looks like they've already started to come and correct. And so I could see them coming down into this zone. At least they have to come down to 1355. But I think that they most likely will target more down in this range, the 1348 ish level. And then after this, it'll be a 1, 2, and then they'll come up and break that high one more time. So I'd let this correction play out, let them sink a little bit farther, and then down in this range, this is a really good area to start looking for a buy setup. And the yen. All right, so the yen is getting really strong, and it's not done yet. And so far, what I see is this still looks to me like it's only in 3 waves. You've got a 1, 2, 3 there. And so to me, this looks like it's going to be in an ending diagonal. And then you got, 3-wave move here for 2. So looks like 1 and 2 are in. But this looks now to me like you got an expanding flat. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's just the first part of 3. Correction. And this looks like they're creating like an ending diagonal now, because it's like here's a little 1, 2, 3, and then they came down in 3, and so I think this third wave. That's why I just have placeholders now for 3, 4, and 5, because I don't think this third wave is in. I think it's going to keep pushing up. I think they're creating an ending diagonal, like I said, and so it's just going to kind of trickle its way up. For 3, but then it still is going to come down for a 4 and then go up for a 5. And so because we're getting so close to this high, I've always thought that this move down was just like some kind of like a leading diagonal. And if that's a leading diagonal, then this has to be correction. So I thought this would be A, B, ending diagonal, and I thought they would be ending it right here, and then they'd still come all the way down and have to break that low for the C wave. And then you'd have a nice ABC, and then down here you buy to come and break that top. What I did is I re-looked at this whole move coming down, and it looks to me like coming all the way down to there, that is a leading diagonal. And then you got this quick little 3-wave move there, and then still one more down. And if I'm correct, they could be then, they don't have to come and break this, because it could be, if that's an ABC, that's your A wave, this B wave could come and break this top, this 151.94. And that's, now that they're pushing up so high, that's what it looks to me like they're going to do. Because like I said, I don't see that this third wave is even in yet. So they could be pushing that up. Then they're going to give you a bigger correction for 4, but then still give you one more wave up for 5. But then you're still going to get a big C wave down. Either impulsively or diagonally, but it's going to be a big C wave, but it won't necessarily have to come and break that. If they want to make an expanding flat, then they'll come and break that low, but it doesn't have to break that low, and then they're still going to reverse it for more up. So that this is going to get a little tricky in here. I'd almost be, if you trade the yen, I think I'd be just more looking for this 5 waves move to end, because you want to be in that C wave move. That's going to be a big move. That's going to take many weeks. I would think probably even more like 1 to 2 months for that C wave to play out. And then that's going to be a big move, where all of this is going to be choppy, because you're just going to go up for 3, but then you're going to come down for 4, then you're going to go up for 5. you know, if you want that, maybe wait for that 4 to get in, and then you can make, if there's a nice pullback, then you can play for that 5th wave, because that'll be a nice trade up. But I definitely let that 3rd wave finish. Even though I see more up, I wouldn't be buying. I'd wait for a pullback, just for one more up. But definitely when that 5th wave ends, and especially if they break that top, once they break it at any point, it can reverse for this C wave. So I'd only be looking for sell setups, and like I said, that'll be just a really nice trade. So let's see how this plays out. And like I said, I think everything just lines up with Wednesday. So they could like finish 3 on Monday and come down for 4, all day Tuesday, and then maybe you'll get a quick spike up on Wednesday when the numbers come out, but then maybe it reverses. Who knows? But I just think Wednesday could be like really violent, quick moves where you quickly get the 4, then you quickly get the 5, and then it starts to sell this thing off for, I don't know, the rest of September or something. So let's see where they are come Wednesday morning. All right, that's the Forex pairs. Thanks for watching. Hope it helps you guys. Be ready for a very volatile week. A lot of sharp, quick movements. And not just Wednesday. It'll be Thursday and Friday too. They'll be moving the markets. There's a lot of data coming out. So be ready. It's going to be very volatile Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. All right, good luck to you all. See you in the next video.